This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com.
Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today is September 13th, 2021, show number 319. Well, Nick, options expiration just when you thought it was safe to trade again, right?
That's right. Options X is upon us once again. This is the options expiration for the month of September on Friday. It's a quadruple witching options expiration, which means there will be 4 different asset classes set to expire. This makes for a very choppy and sometimes a very volatile trading week. Remember, the volume trends have been very, very light lately. So it's very, very easy for these institutions to move stocks where they need them to be for about 4 or 5 days. So be on your toes this week. I always tell my members, this could be a wild week out here. Expect the unexpected. You know, funny thing, just a little while ago, I saw a headline come across saying that Walmart is partnering with Litecoin. And then about 30 minutes later, I got another headline saying that's a false rumor. Walmart is not partnering with Litecoin. The news is fake. And that came out by CNBC. And it just, goes to show you what goes on during an options expiration week, especially when you get a quad witching. So just expect more of that stuff, more rumors, more ridiculous upgrades and downgrades. Most of the rumors will be false. And this is just a week to just look for unexpected news as well.
All right. Well, that's kind of what we expect. So what's going on here with taxes? They're not talking about such a huge tax increase anymore. And obviously, it's going to be very difficult to get all this through. They haven't done it in a year. They're probably not gonna.
Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't happen. But over the weekend, there was news that House Democrats expect to propose raising the corporate tax rate to 26.5 from 21%. They're also looking to impose a 3 percentage point surtax on individuals with incomes over $5 million. None of this is good for the markets. None of this is good for economic growth. We'll see where it goes over the next few weeks. We'll see if it does pick up some steam with all these spending bills that are out there that they're trying to get through. I mean, eventually you're going to have to raise taxes somewhere. But right now, hopefully this is dead in the water for now.
They'll just keep printing, and they won't worry about it till they have to. That's kind of what they do. But the markets kind of discount this stuff because, let's face it, they haven't gotten anything done yet.
Yeah, I think, generally they try to push stuff like this through the first 100 days of a new administration. It hasn't gotten through yet. So hopefully, we won't see this year.
Yeah, doubtful. But you never know. You can't put anything past them. But Joe Manchin says he's against the huge $3.5 trillion stimulus. And he's against raising taxes, so we'll see if reason prevails. Well, one of my favorite commodities that I watch, Nick, is natural gas, Henry Hub. And it's trading over $5 per million per million BTU, rather, I'm sorry. And it hasn't traded that high since the polar vortex several years ago, whatever right. The heck that thing was. But now nat gas prices are up like 130% over the past 12 months.
Yeah, they've skyrocketed. In fact, the last 4 months, they've gone parabolic, and they've actually are now trading above the 2018 high, which was around 492. Right now, I have Natgas futures sitting at around 515. So it's just been a tremendous, tremendous run. We talked a little bit about it a week or two ago, and we talked about how there are problems in Europe as far as nat gas prices go, and the Russian nat gas prices are skyrocketing. And this is still very strong. This looks like it has even more upside, even though it is parabolic at the moment.
Yes, and we've seen this over and over and over again, and there's no surprises, are there? So
no.
We knew this was going to happen once they started with all the stimulus stuff, right?
Yeah, there's so many factors that are weighing on this, but I have to say, I think the biggest factor is really Europe. I just really have a hard time seeing how Germany is going to be able to heat up their homes this winter. Natgas prices have just continued to skyrocket. We're only in the month of September here, so there could be some more to go here, but it really is quite something. And again, inflation is the name of the game. It will become the theme. It will become the story. I know it's picking up more and more traction every day, but the transitory story is starting to fade out.
Yeah, so much for transitory, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so Bitcoin, it's trending lower. And what do we make of this?
Yeah, so Bitcoin, we talked about this, pretty much every podcast that we do. We talked about how Bitcoin was into that 50% retrace, moving up into a big gap area. We talked about the $50,000 psychological number. It did pierce through there one day, and on the 7th, it made a big move, an attempted breakout, and it failed. It came back in. And this is what happens, when you have these big resistance points in play. So right now, Bitcoin is sitting just under 44,000. It did trade as high as 53,125, and that's on Bitcoin futures on the 7th of September. And here we are today, back below 44,000. Now, there's going to be some support in here around 39,000, 38,500. But if you take that level out with some velocity, this is going down to the mid to low 20s.
Okay, so you're calling mid to low 20s.
I think we're going to get there anyway. It's just about a matter of the timing factor of how long it takes to get there.
Wow, a lot of people are going to get burned on that. And you think this is going to be a long-term move or a short or medium term?
I mean, I'm not sure yet. The way I look at it, Kerry, is I take each level as it comes. Like I said, you got to get through that 38,500 area, and then it's down to 26,000. Then after that, it's a heck of a lot lower. But, these things take time. You get buyers in there. You'll get a lot of people touting it. So nothing goes down in a straight line. But, I was trying to tell everybody just recently when Bitcoin topped out in April and it sold off all the way down to sub 30,000. And then you got the really good rally in July, late July and August. I said, even in 1929, the stock market, which crashed, had the stock market crash even in 1930, rebounded 50%. That's just a big natural retrace level. So you got to keep that on your radar. I would still be very, very careful here. It's not completely broken. There's still a chance Bitcoin can survive here, but you got to be very careful when you get those big haircuts like that. 50% retraces are common.
Okay, and that was a total sucker bet. We talked about it before it happened. It hit it, and then it got real enthusiastic, went over 50,000. And then had the rug pulled out from underneath it. Yeah,
and that was really a big reversal day on the 7th of September. Now, there's all sorts of news out there. There always will be. These are the catalysts, obviously. But the charts tell you that these are the things that can happen. And again, we'll see how it plays out, but we'll be updating everybody each and every day.
All right, and finally, gold and silver stuck in the mud, really not doing much of anything, huh?
Yeah, but I got to say, this morning I woke up, gold was down to now it's up, 5.5 points. So it's not terrible action out there. Right now, gold futures are sitting at 1,797.5. And then you have silver futures down 5 cents as we speak. So they're a little bit weaker. But gold is actually hanging in there pretty well today, especially considering where we were this morning.
So silver is down slightly. And so we had this upside reversal. Usually when they happen this early in the day, it's really hard for gold to hold on to it. So if it does, that would be a somewhat perhaps bullish signal.
I would say so. Even silver, which is negative on the session at the moment, has had a great run off the lows. So right now it's trading at around 23.81 on silver futures. It was down around 23.35, 23.36 earlier this morning. So it's had a good pop, and again, it's options X, so that'll have a lot. That'll have some effects on it.
Yeah, we can never forget about that. Last time quadruple witching hour was when it really got slammed, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So if you go back and you look at gold, it really was the June expiration, and it was a quad witch, and gold just got absolutely demolished. And it was a nice pullback pattern for gold, and then it just broke down and broke below its 50-day, its 100-day moving averages, and even its 200-day moving average. It was just an ugly decline. So here we are back in another quadruple witching in September. And we'll see how it plays out this week. I don't think it's going to do too. I think gold will hold up pretty well, though.
All right. Hey, well, hopefully we won't see a replay of of 3 months ago, last quarter, but I guess one never knows about these things. All right. Well, hey, that's it for today. If you want to find out how Nick has done it, beaten the averages all these years, for decades even, then you need to go over to inthemoneystocks.com. Take a look at the site. Take a look at the Twitter feeds at ITMS, at Nick Santiago01, and at Kerry Lutz, and send us your emails to kl@kerrylutz.com. Nick, we will talk to you on Wednesday.
Sounds good.
And so concludes another episode of Daily Market Wisdom with Master Trader Nick Santiago. Be sure to go to his website, inthemoneystocks.com. Don't forget the Twitter feeds at ITMS and at Nick Santiago01.